Green. We haven't done a 3D printed fossil in a hot minute. We had Compsognathus, we did Tapihara, and what do we have now? A green. Also, in my hand, I can grab myself by the head and just give myself a little squish and get out all the wrinkles of the brain. What do we have this time? He's green. I don't think that really matters. These are life-size, same as the others, so it's a small theropod of some kind. There's only a couple pieces too. Look at them chompers. Come on, focus, you got this. Look at them chompers. This is Masiakasaurus, a vicious lizard, or spiteful lizard, depending on how it's translated. The first part of the name, that isn't Saurus, comes from Malagasy, which is the language of Madagascar, where this thing was found. It's a little Nodosaurus, about 2 meters long, 6 feet, the size of a large dog, with very strange teeth. So, probably for catching small animals, frogs, lizards. Let's start. I don't have my clippers, they're over here. Let's start by removing all of the support material. Get a good crunch. And crunch ASMR. Good crunch. Oh, just dropped a piece of the support. I'll pick that up in a bit. I actually just be able to rip it off by hand and clean it up. This green filament is not the greatest. Late Cretaceous as well. 70 million years ago. Madagascar, or what was Madagascar, I think was also isolated at the time, like it is today. Like the weird tiny titanosaurs and stuff. Yeah, man. Which might have led to its interesting features, like the teeth. Very thin, very narrow jaw as well. You see, it almost has like an reverse buck tooth, almost. Get all these pieces off. I have to get in there with the Citadel Hobby knife. Yes, I'm a sucker. And get all that out. I've broken one of the teeth, which I will swiftly glue back on. For the last two I use super glue, I'm going to use hot glue this time, because I think it might be slightly better. A bunch of the teeth have come off. Well, it's my mistake. That's fine. I can always 3D print more. And repair. The Tapihara skull is broken currently. That might be a video fixing that. I also need to paint all of the life-size fossils. Its full genus name, Masiakasaurus Nupfleury. The Nupfleury part is named after the lead singer of Dire Straits, which is a weird fact. Apparently the excavation team were listening to it when they made some of their discoveries. Which I guess means it's only a matter of time until we get a VTuber named Genus in Dream, right? Get all that off. That's the bottom jaw. This is the... I think it goes on the inside of the skull, like at the cranium. So we'll get these out of the way. Do some more support removal. A strange set of creatures that Madagascar produces. It is a member of the Nodosaurus, which are abelisaurs. I think is one of also the most known or complete abelisaur. A lot of abelisaurs are fragmentary. So let's clean up the base of whatever this part is called. Actual skull anatomy is not my my forte. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Let's just get all of the pieces. Removed. Oh, there's like a little connection point on the back. I wonder if there's a full skeleton of Masiakasaurus. And this is just the skull part that I found. I will have the link to the person that made this in the files somewhere in the comments or the description. Very cool. Can't remember if this was the person that did the other two that I've done, but there's someone on Cult 3D that just does a ton of 1-to-1 scale fossils. Just gotta pick his nose a little bit. Get it out of the snoot. Nice. Little tiny bits. Oh, I've also snapped the side of his skull. Way too much glue. That's burning hot glue on my fingers. How are we gonna get it out of the nose? My clippers don't have handles. They broke off long ago. These are came with the Ender 3. So blame Ender 3 for having crappy clippers. There we go. Ah, there's hot glue on the Okay, the head is rough, but I could always sand it later on. Make it nice and smooth. The problem is if I would have printed it this way, then the teeth wouldn't have printed, I don't think. Because it'd have to float in midair, so which means they'd have to have a little tiny support. Which it's not great at doing. Let's get all of this stuff out. And we have our 3 pieces. With a little bit of a support still. So where does this piece go? I'm gonna assume something like that. There are little holes. Also there. Quite get this side in. Oh, there we go. Like that. That is an interesting skull shape. It's almost like it's got internal bracing. And then we have the lower jaw. I don't even think that needs glue, like that is in there. Question is, how do I get this in? There's a little bit of, can't quite see because it's luminous, but there's a little bit of support. Oh, well. Where did that go? Got it. I wonder if it'd be easiest to kind of use our mistake. And position it in and then re-glue the back hinge. I'm gonna just have it in one position. So once it's glued, it should need to move. We want it. Yeah, it's like slightly open. Kind of look. A little glue on that one. Yeah, I always like the. I don't think it needs to be fogging. I don't think it should be fully shut, although. Kind of like the fully shut. It kind of shows how weird its jaw is. Let's do fully shut. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue into the hole. And then stick that piece in. And hold it for a bit. And then if we put some glue in the hole and also on the side. And then we try and jam this guy. There. Which I've kind of done. Yeah! Then we have a Masiakasaurus life-size skull. Such a narrow head. Definitely a small prey animal. You can see why that is the general consensus. I know prehistoric kingdom planet? No, planet. prehistoric planet had them going through dens and burrows and getting eaten by giant snakes and giant toads, frogs. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue in the seam. And then yeah, a Masiakasaurus. And my little nozzle. It's actually exactly the size of my hand, which is kind of hilarious. And then I will show you it on the shelf.